Urban Legend Will Evans, welcome to the live stream. I appreciate you guys being here. For all my people that's new to the live stream, if you've been here before, you know how we do. Drop your city, your state in the chat. I'm going to see you guys, shout you guys out on stream. Man, I ain't bring no water. We about to get this started, man. Drake and Kendrick Lamar still going back and forth. I know you guys are excited about this topic. Kendrick Lamar put out a deposition video on while he was on his tour. He put it on the screen, kind of trolling Drake. And everything is starting to heat up, man. So I want to get to all the details of this. Drake got some response, some new stuff in court. We're going to get to some new entertainment topics regarding this and everything around it. Hit the like button if you guys just coming in. I appreciate you guys being here early. And man, I got a lot of updates. We also got some other entertainment topics. I'm going to just kind of give you guys the hot news. What just like recently dropped. Shannon Sharp hit with a $50 million lawsuit for some RAPE, which is crazy. And you know, we're gonna talk about the Kevin Gates going back and forth with LeBron James over his wife. We're gonna talk about that in a second. And we're gonna get to some, and then we're gonna get to, you know, the Drake and Kendrick Lamar and the back and forth and what's going on with that and all the details of it. To all my people in the chat, I see you, Andre, up in here early. We only got a few rules of the room. All I ask that you guys keep it respectful with each other. The moderator's gonna be watching. You know, don't be disrespectful with each other. Don't no name calling and cursing each other out and all that. If you can hear me clearly, just drop a 1 in the chat. I want to make sure that the audio is good before we start going through all these articles, information, videos, and different things that I got to present for you guys. Also, I wanted to apologize to you guys because I know that I haven't been consistent with the live streams, man. I've been so busy with the business, and I've been so busy. If you guys don't know, I coach entrepreneurs, and you guys that are here consistently, you guys know I see you guys early in the chat. South Africa in the chat early. But you guys know I've been busy, man. We got a lot of clients. And man, I haven't been consistent with the live streams. I haven't been giving you guys the entertainment, bringing you guys the news like I'm supposed to. So I wanted to apologize first before I even get too deep into the content today for that. And I'm going to tell you guys, you know, I'm going to start being here a little more consistently. I'm going to try to be here every single day between 9 and 10 p.m. or 10 a.m., excuse me. Between 9 and 10 a.m., we're going to get started every single day. Monday through Friday, Saturday and Sunday for my wife and kids. But Monday through Friday, I'm going to be here 9 a.m. between 9 and 10. So I see him saying, Lawbury talking out of court. So we're going to talk about all this stuff, man. But I wanted to start with that apology and kind of just let you guys know, you know, I'm sorry for not being consistent. I've been busy with the company and all that, but we're going to get cracking. And for my entrepreneur clients that watch the channel, you guys already know at the end of this, we're going to drop them gems. I'm going to show you guys some different things, some business tactics and some wealth advice. And maybe I'll take the live stream. We'll go through my mansion today. I'm in the office of my mansion. Maybe we'll go through the mansion today and go sit somewhere else and talk about it in entrepreneur hour at the end of this live stream. But you know, I got some gems for you guys. So drop your diamonds in the chat if you're here early. And before we get started with the content, before we get into all this news of the day, you guys know what it is. Every time I come on the live stream, I start with a prayer. So we're going to start that way. Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you humbly on the day after Easter, God, after you risen. God, we thank you so much for your sacrifice. We thank you for the people in the chat, everybody that's watching, listening, going to and from where they're going to and from today. God, I ask that you give them traveling mercy, cover them with your blood and your love and your grace, God, and cover their family, their loved ones, their children, and their friends, God. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen. All right, man. Let's jump into it. Let's start with the also for all my people, for all my entrepreneurs, before we get started with the entertainment part of this, we doing every Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. I'm doing free, no cost live training. We're going to be live. So go to the website. If you ain't in my inner circle, if you're in the inner circle, you already know, but go to the website, ulegend.com. It's pinned in the chat. Said Wagwan. Shout out to my Jamaican family. It's pinned in the chat, the website. Go over there to ulegend.com and get into our no-cost live entrepreneur training event. It's from stuck to 7 figures, where I'm going to give you guys the 4 steps to turn purpose into profit. Find your purpose and turn it into profit. So go to the website, check that out. Let's get started, man. Shannon Sharpe, we're going to start with the hot topics and then we're going to get into Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Shannon Sharpe hit with a lawsuit, $50 million lawsuit, man. And, you know, as somebody that's come into his own like entertainment space when after leaving Skip Bayless and all that different stuff, and we heard all the stuff that was going on with Joy Taylor over there and all those lawsuits and all that stuff. Shannon Sharpe getting hit with this, you know, he had the Michelle video that, you know, that was going crazy. And now he's hit with a lawsuit for assault and RAPE, man. It says an anonymous woman alleges that Shannon Sharpe sexually assaulted her various times at the end of 2024 and start of 2025. See, this is when like you laugh, the same thing you laugh make you cry. Mama say that, right? Grandmama say that. The same thing that make you laugh make you cry. Blessings to everybody in the chat. I see you guys. Says blessing to Will in the chat. All good. I'm loving the content on the Will Evans channel. Hey, salute. Appreciate you being over there. I see all the diamonds in the chat. Man, Shannon Sharpe, man. The same thing make you laugh, make you cry. It's funny when you on Nightcap and you talking about, I'll be giving them hell, Ocho. I'll be giving them hell. But when you get hit with these lawsuits, that's when it changed things. It's like, okay, them jokes ain't funny no more. Which we don't know that he's guilty of anything. We just reading the reports. I hope that I don't believe I hope that but you can't put nothing past nobody. You don't know these people. You know what I'm saying? Shannon Sharpe may have a beefy media deal on his hands, but he has much more pressing matters to attend to now. An anonymous woman accused him of sexual assault and RAPE in a $50 million lawsuit filed yesterday. Says the Jane Doe alleges various instances of assault towards the end of 2024 and the beginning of 2025. In addition, she claimed to have a long-lasting and abusive relationship with the former athlete and sports commentator. At press time, Shannon Sharpe has not yet responded to this lawsuit or its allegations publicly, so we'll see how it develops. As for his accuser, the anonymous woman alleges they met in a Los Angeles gym in 2023. She was allegedly 20 years old at the time. According to the accusations in the legal documents, he offered to pay for plastic surgery and constantly sought her out. So she's saying, yo, he was chasing me in the gym. I'm 20 years old, you know, and it's crazy because he was just, Shannon Sharpe was just getting backlash a couple days ago for something he said during an interview. I can't remember who he was interviewing. It might have been Funny Marco. I think it was Funny Marco. And Shannon Sharpe made a comment during that interview with Funny Marco where he was like, that's why them young ones still love me or something like that. And it was like, whoa, that just sounded crazy. He's like, Funny Marco made a joke about Shannon Sharpe. Like, you look like, what's, I got to pull it up for y'all because y'all got to laugh with me before we, hey, he said, funny Marco, funny for real. He said, she looked like some woman on TikTok or something. Let me show y'all. And Shannon Sharpe got offended and made a statement about like, yeah, Miss Netta. He said, you look like Miss Netta. Check it out. I got it right here. I'm gonna share this with you guys instead. Hold on. Look, check this out. This is it right here.
Anybody ever told you look like Miss Netta?
They do sometimes.
Oh, okay.
I don't get up. It used to bother me, but guess what? It don't stop them checks from coming in, and it don't stop them young ones from opening up.
It sure don't. So,
so if y'all don't know who Miss Netta is, I didn't know who Miss Netta was. I'm like, who Miss Netta? So I went and looked. I'm like, who's Miss Netta? Man, look, check this out, yo. But y'all heard it. Don't stop them young ones from opening up. Like, what? Oh, you can't say stuff like that. Somebody tell Unc he can't say stuff like that. Like, man, young ones. What the? So I went and looked up, like, who's Miss Netta? Man, look at this here, boy. Check this out, y'all. This is Miss Netta.
You can't feed off just one video of mine. It look like you should look at multiple videos instead of just one. You just can't judge me off of one video. And the person was like, well, she got.
That's Miss Netta, y'all. Lakers in 5. All right, my fault, y'all. I got carried away. Can y'all forgive me? I got carried away on the content, man. I love y'all. I got to show y'all what I be thinking. But anyways, Shannon Sharp going through this $50 million lawsuit, just to kind of tie that off. And before we get too deep into the rest of the content, that was Ms. Netta. So Shannon Sharp said that, so it sounds crazy now, but you know, he going through this lawsuit. The woman saying she was 20 years old. She said that he approached her in the gym, offering her plastic surgery and different stuff like that. And you know, it just gets worse and worse and worse. So she said that that's what happened, and then it goes on to say, this is a quote from the Jane Doe. Said he demanded complete. Is this the same thing? Yeah. He demanded complete control over her time and body. He expected her to be at the house on his schedule, at his house on command whenever he called. Said the plaintiff tried sharing locations. Shannon Sharp tried sharing her location with her friends from her iPhone, just in case. His accuser referenced a particularly frightening alleged argument. Excuse me. She accused him of shouting at her while a gun was in the room. Okay. Shannon from the South, a gun being in the room ain't really a crime. I mean, but anyways, I'm not defending them. I'm just saying. Said, this is what the documents allege. Said, but Shannon Sharp saw her doing this. The moment he realized what she was doing, he grabbed her by the neck and told her, if you ever do that again, I will effing kill you. Despite this alleged behavior, Shannon Sharp and the anonymous woman allegedly moved to Nevada in the summer of 2024. So I guess they were living together at some point. It's not a Jane Doe if you was living together. I don't know why she would follow it as a Jane Doe. Maybe it's just for the public don't know who it is. But it's like, bro, Shannon knows exactly who this is if he was living with her. It says the Jane Doe alleges she saw the breakup following Shannon Sharp's famous Instagram Live incident. That's the Michelle thing. So I guess that's what broke them up. However, she claims that this led to him allegedly raping her. So I don't know, man. Could be a cash grab, could not be. You sound like a cash grab, but that's what's going on. Sound like y'all broke up and you want something out of the deal. In other news, man, last hot topic before we get to the Kendrick Lamar and Drake thing, Kevin Gates and LeBron James going back and forth because Kevin Gates said some disrespectful stuff about LeBron James' wife. Says Kevin Gates responds after LeBron and Savannah James take some well-deserved shots at him. Kevin Gates said he doesn't like how LeBron James' wife, Savannah, looks at him and presume she's unappreciative of him. When you read it that way, I heard what he said. When you read it that way, it sounds crazy. What he was saying was he was out of bounds. Like, you don't never speak on no other man's wife, period. You know what I mean? That's just a line I just don't believe should be ever crossed. Wife and kids, you know. I get they public figures, but that's still that man's wife. Like, I don't look at sometimes celebrities, like people look at celebrities as like aliens or like just because they, you know, but they still people. Says Kevin Gates is known for some wild advice on social media, even towards LeBron James, but few folks expected he and his wife, Savannah James, would actually respond to some of the shocking comparisons the rapper made on social media. For those unaware, Kevin Gates said that he does not like how Savannah James looks at LeBron James and prefers how white women perceive LeBron James. So basically, Kevin Gates said, you know, I don't like the way Savannah look at LeBron. I want Savannah to look at LeBron the way them white women look at LeBron. That's what he said. Basically, he suggested that that Savannah doesn't appreciate LeBron as much as she should, and he did. He went on. He said some other stuff in that video. The couple seemed to respond with some dismissive commentary on Instagram. Said the truth hurts, but it heals. That's what Kevin Gates said in response to LeBron and Savannah. Said, "Hey, Bron, I love you because you my N-I-double-G-A. You my N-I-G-G-A." Rest in peace, Tupac. Said, but anyway. Look, long as you being celebrated, I don't care who don't like me. As long as you being celebrated, that's all I care about because you the homie. Said, I love you. So I don't care if I got to fall out with you to get the results. We're going to get the results. But if anybody need me, I'm a life coach and guru. That's what Kevin Gates said. And him and Brittany Renner were sitting in the car, you know, laughing about it. And LeBron's response was, LeBron and Savannah's response was, kings don't concern themselves with the opinions of peasants. Where to next, queen? Let's get it. Yeah. I just believe, personally, like, LeBron and Savannah don't be bothering nobody. Like, when y'all really look and zoom out, you be like, yo, why say this? See, they don't be bothering nobody. But that's what he said, you know. Sometimes you know, I believe there is a spiritual attack on marriage too. When the internet see married couples and they see good married couples, it's like a spiritual thing. I don't even think sometimes people even know what they're doing. Like it's just a spiritual attack on marriage. Marriage is a beautiful thing, and you know, somebody say he dating Brittany Renner. No, I think they got married. I think are they getting married or something like that? They engaged. That's what he said. So, you know, but he Muslim, so he believe in many wives. But yeah. So, anyways, that's the update. Let's get to this Kendrick Lamar and Drake thing. Drop your diamonds in the chat if you guys here. I see you guys. Let's get to this. So here's the latest update. Let me give you guys the backstory on what's going on. Kendrick Lamar started his Grand National Tour, and it says Kendrick Lamar hilariously trolls Drake before launching into Not Like Us on the Grand National Tour. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what happened. Also in the chat, real quick, while we here in the chat, let me know how you guys feel. I'm trying to move through the live streams quicker. Do you guys like the live streams? What length of time do you guys like the live streams to be? If you've been here consistently, all my subscribers in the chat, it's a subscriber only chat right now. How do you guys like the live stream? You like me doing the 2-hour live streams? Do you like the 1 hour? Do you want it 30 to 45 minutes? You know what I mean? Like, how y'all like the live streams? What length of time? Anyways, it says Kendrick Lamar hilariously trolls Drake. Kendrick's trolling of Drake comes as the Toronto rapper has been taking legal action against UMG over Not Like Us. So that's what Drake's response was. He went to court and did some more stuff. I'm gonna show you guys that in a second. Says Kendrick Lamar kicked off his co-headlining tour with SZA, the Grand National Tour at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Said in doing so, he trolled Drake and put up a skit that he played before launching his diss track, Not Like Us. In the skit, Lamar sits down for the deposition. Check it out.
Okay, does this ring a bell? Drop, 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 drop.
So some of y'all probably already seen the full video of this. If you was at the tour, you saw it. And you know, so in response, and because of Kendrick Lamar doing this tour and all this different stuff going on, Drake updated his lawsuit with a massive 107-page amendment. So now there's been an amendment to the lawsuit that Drake had, which he said it had nothing to do with Kendrick Lamar originally. He said it was all about him and UMG. But now it seems like, you know, there's more to that. So let me see if I can find a little longer video. I got Miss Netta on the screen still. Made me giggle a little bit. Pause. Let me see if I can find y'all a little longer video of the Kendrick Lamar deposition so y'all can see what some of the stuff that I saw. But check this out. This is here's a little one. Here's this one looks like it's a little longer. Let me show you guys this one. Oh, my bad. I forgot to share it. My fault. Hold up. Check it out. This is a little longer video before we move on to Drake's legal stuff.
No, I'm saying though, we're gonna be here all day, right? You want something to eat? What you want? I'm ordering some chicken, some watermelon too. Some good rap music, chicken and watermelon. Louisiana chicken and watermelon.
No, Mr. Lamar, I do not want chicken.
No, I'm gonna order you some.
I'm
good. Thank you. What do you want? You want the riverboat special? That could feed everybody in here.
He said the riverboat special.
It's like
Mr. Lamar.
8 wings, 2 legs, 3 thighs, and 4 breasts. You like breasts?
Mr. Lamar, this is your deposition we're taking, not mine.
You a breast man or ass man? You want something?
Mr. Duckworth,
So y'all see, like Kendrick got a whole deposition video that he played for the tour. So y'all can go search that up, look it up, check it out, right? So that's kind of what's been going on. So Drake went back to court, filed 107 pages, man, amendment. 107-page amendment to the Not Like Us lawsuit. And, you know, I don't know what his end goal is. You guys see the poll in the chat. I'm about to pull this article up. You guys see the poll in the chat. And I want to know, you guys tell me in the chat, type it up. Do you guys think that this lawsuit hurts Drake's legacy? Just as a hip hop artist, we know what he's done in music. He's great in music. Do you think as a legacy, does this lawsuit hurt him? Go ahead and vote in the chat. I see we got about 94% of people voting yes. And let's take about 1,000 votes. After about 1,000 people, we got about 500 people that voted. After about 1,000 people, we kind of know. We got a general idea, right? So this is what the article says. This is originally reported by New York Times, but New York Times got one, they got a subscription. You got to pay. I ain't about to pay a subscription to read one article. And two, you know, this is the same information, so I'm just gonna read it here. And I don't want to deal with the ads. So this article is the same article from New York Times. It says Drake is doubling down on a defamation lawsuit against UMG with the new amendment. The most recent update sees Drake include details that even involve Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance. Said earlier this week, Drake's team filed the amendment, which states that Kendrick's performance of his hit song, Not Like Us, propelled the false and defamatory allegations against him. The song had originally ignited the legal actions taken by Drake against UMG. So we know what's been going on with Drake. Said back in January, he sued UMG for the diss track, which we already know, right? We all know about this lawsuit that's been going on. And it said, you know, his problem originally was that UMG approved, published, and launched a campaign to create a viral hit out of a diss track that falsely accuses him of being a pedophile and calls for, he said Kendrick Lamar's song called for violent retribution against him because Kendrick said, I think that's showing, I think the Oakland show gonna be your last stop. So Drake said that was a threat and he felt threatened, you know, for his life. And, you know, he was scared to go to Oakland because of it. And because of that, he deserves some money. So that's what it says. The quote is Drake called it, said Kendrick called for violent retribution against him. So that's the line he's talking about. Drake also cited a shooting at his Toronto residence and blamed this. So Drake also blamed the Kendrick beef for the shooting at his house that happened. You guys remember when Drake's house got shot up, the security guard got shot? He blamed the Kendrick Lamar beef. You know, said that it's that UMG and Kendrick are responsible for that shooting. He also cited a shooting at his Toronto residence in May 2024, where one of his security guards was wounded. The amended lawsuit also draws the attention to the increasing threats Drake and his family are enduring after the song was performed at the Super Bowl. So now he's saying that, you know, he's getting more death threats. And he's getting more threats because Kendrick did that at the Super Bowl. So now he feels like he has more action in lawsuit. Like that just kind of add to it. The lawsuit reads, the recording was performed. The recording is Not Like Us. Was performed during the 2025 Super Bowl and broadcast to the largest audience. This is a quote from Drake. And broadcast to the largest audience for a Super Bowl halftime show ever. Over 133 million people, including millions of children and millions more who had never before heard the song or any of the songs that preceded it. Listen, he trying to make it like that song ain't as big as it was, bro. That song, they was in Australia trolling Drake. Did y'all see that? I got a video about that. Go search on my channel or go search on YouTube, Drake troll or Drake bullied in Australia. And go watch that video after this live stream, you guys. Like everybody was playing that song. He talking about, oh, people had never heard the song before. Who cares, bro? What does that got to do? So this is a quote from Drake in his lawsuit. He said, you know, the song was broadcast at the Super Bowl halftime show. Over 133 million people heard it, and it was people that never heard the song or any of the songs that preceded it. So he's trying to downplay Kendrick's catalog, like they never heard this music. Yeah, because the album came out that week or something like that. Said it was the first and will hopefully be the last this is still his quote. It was the first and will hopefully be the last Super Bowl halftime show orchestrated to assassinate the character of another artist. Shut up. The lawsuit does not make, or excuse me, the lawsuit does make note that the song performed omitted the words pedophile. However, meaning Kendrick didn't say the words himself. This is what Drake said. Kendrick didn't say the words himself, but it felt like it. And I see you guys in the chat. Hold on, let me just double check. You guys said you guys like about an hour to 2 hours, 1 to 2 hours on the live stream. 2 hours is cool with y'all. 60 to 90 minutes is the sweet spot. Okay, I felt like 90 minutes is about right too. So between 1 and 2 hours, you know, when it start going over 2 hours, I start getting exhausted. But anyways, thank you guys for letting me know how long you guys like that. I'm gonna keep that in mind, and we're gonna move through these topics. So Drake did kind of acknowledge that Kendrick omitted the word pedophile, because y'all know when Kendrick did the Super Bowl, he said certified lover boy, and you know everything else. He didn't say it though. So it says after Not Like Us made it. Oh, excuse me. It said even though it omitted the word, Drake claims that censoring the word is not enough. After Not Like Us made it back to #1 on the Billboard 100 the following week after Super Bowl, you know, Drake is upset. Basically, he amends this lawsuit. Let's get to the good part. He said it says the lawsuit also includes Kendrick's 2025 Grammy performance, citing that both instances are re-intensifying the defamatory claims. So he's saying what Kendrick did at the Super Bowl and what Kendrick did at the Grammy, now I'm adding it to the lawsuit. Ridiculous. Drake's lead attorney said in a statement, Drake's amended complaint makes an already strong case stronger. UMG's PR spin and failed efforts to avoid discovery cannot suppress the facts and the truth. With discovery now moving forward, Drake will expose the evidence of UMG's misconduct, and UMG will be held accountable for the consequences of ill-conceived decisions. Now, if you don't know what's been going on, I'm gonna give you guys a quick update. Drake, when he says that discovery can proceed, Drake requested discovery, which is evidence, before the lawsuit is even, you know, like before it's even, like it could still be thrown out. UMG has filed a motion to dismiss. It could still be thrown out. But Drake filed to request discovery from UMG in order to get Kendrick's contract. And that's not my words. I'm gonna show you guys an article so it's from BBC. I'm gonna show you guys the article, and we'll get back to the one I was just reading. It said court gives access to Drake. Court gives Drake access to Kendrick's contracts. Y'all see that? So that was the real reason that he wants discovery. You just want to be able to look at Kendrick's contract because you weird. You want some weird stuff. Just be real. It says Drake has been given the green light to access sensitive record company documents in his ongoing defamation case over Kendrick Lamar's song Not Like Us. The star had asked for copies of Kendrick Lamar's recording contract. Y'all see that? It's not me. I'm just reading articles, as well as information on salaries and bonuses for senior executives at his record label, Universal Music Group. Drake is accusing the company of defamation by allowing Lamar's song to be published and promoted, claiming that it spread false and malicious narrative that he is a pedo. So Drake just wanted Kendrick's contract for whatever reason. He just wanted to be able to see his contract, have his contract, and get access to it. It's just, I don't know, man. So that's what Drake's lawyer in this article is saying when he's saying, UMG's PR spin failed and they can't avoid discovery and suppress the facts and truth. Basically, he's just saying we got access to Kendrick's contract now so we can see the truth. It's just weird behavior. The article goes on to say, UMG has given their own response to the amendments. Drake, unquestionably one of the world's most accomplished artists, with whom we've enjoyed 16 years successful relationship, is being misled by his legal representatives into taking one absurd legal step after another. That's what UMG is saying. Like, bro, we've been backing you for 16 years. UMG's latest statement is a desperate attempt to spin the narrative and deflect from the truth. Drake is holding the largest music conglomerate in the world accountable for its actions. This is Drake's lawyer speaking. For its actions and doing so without fear. We dismissed the Texas discovery action because discovery will now proceed in New York. That's not retreat, that's victory. UMG dismissed its First Amendment petition in Texas because It has no claim that's losing. So UMG filed a petition for dismissal. It got dismissed, and Drake's lawyer said, "We moving it to New York. We ain't losing. We just moving it." Nah, bro. Nah. It sounds like something wrong. Why file it there just to move it? Why didn't you just file it in New York in the beginning? But anyways, and we already know that, he already pulled Spotify and iHeart. He already got the dismissals. Those two companies already got the dismissals. Says, and UMG knows the case is only getting stronger. I think Drake's lawyers is just getting them for some money, bro. Hyping them up and getting them for some money. I'm gonna be real. Drake welcomes discovery and has nothing to hide. It's not Drake who should worry. It's UMG's current leadership. We look forward to hearing from Lucian Grange, blah, 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 blah. UMG claims to stand for creativity, but in fact, it exploits it. That might be kind of true. And the artist community knows that. But Drake knew that before he signed there. He knew that all the years that he was benefiting off of them too. So you don't care about that now, bro. Let's be real. If we being real, you don't really care about that. You know what I'm saying? Say UMG drains artists for its profits and then discards them. That's true. I believe that. That's business. That's how a major corporation does. Look, hey, major corporations do that to regular people, bro, not just artists. They drain, do they not? Everybody out there that work a job, all my people in the chat. Isn't that every corporation? They kind of going to, if it's a major corporation, we're not talking about the small businesses of 12 employees or 30 employees. We're talking about there's 300 employees that work in this building. They're going to drain you of your resources and they're going to fire you when you're not useful, right? I don't know why in hip hop, like, it's looked at crazy. Like, that's, y'all know what y'all signing up for when you go into a major corporation. It's a reason they call it the majors. It's the major record labels. Y'all ain't going through nothing special. Like, it's just because some of these rappers and hip hop dudes, y'all never had a job. So y'all think what y'all going through is some type of slavery ploy, but that's just capitalism. Like, they be, yes, corporate America is grimy. Who knows? Who's like, you're not telling us nothing by saying that. It's funny to me, bro. This is capitalism. Yes. Drake's lawyer acting like that shocked them. You already knew that, Drake. You've been watching it for the last 16 years. You've been signed to UMG. You know that. You didn't just find that out yesterday when Not Like Us dropped. Stop. I hate the positioning of I'm doing this for artist creativity. Stop, bro. As many songs as we didn't heard Drake take from other artists rapping Forte and all that. We didn't heard you do your rendition of somebody else's song, Triple X, all them. You don't stand for the creativity that bad, bro. You don't even write everything. Talking about the creativity. Stop. God bless him, but that's the truth, man. The truth don't got no feelings. So, says the public and artists should be concerned. This is Drake's lawyer. The public and artists should be concerned about recent headlines involving UMG's largest stakeholder that only reinforces the need for transparency all the way up to the board of directors level. Look, the public shouldn't be concerned about anything that the public ain't concerned about. What does UMG's board of directors have to do with the public, bro? What is Drake's lawyers talking about? What is this man's, what is he talking about, man? What is UMG's board of directors? Hey, business owner, I got a dozen employees. Me. What does UMG's board of directors got to do with my business? You guys, everybody listening, whether you work a 9 to 5, got your own business, an entrepreneur, whatever you are, tell me, what does UMG's board of directors got to do with the public should be concerned? No, we shouldn't. No, we shouldn't, bro. Stop it. Anyways, that's what Drake said. That's what Universal Music Group said. I'm gonna show you guys what Lil Wayne said about his relationship with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. And I think I got like maybe a couple more things to show you guys, and then we're gonna move it to Entrepreneur Hour. And I'm gonna show you guys a really strong strategy that I use myself to become a millionaire. I'm gonna show you guys the strategy, and then I'm gonna invite you guys. Don't forget, if you guys are just coming in, don't forget, go to the website ulegend.com for all my entrepreneurs, all my clients that's watching, and all my future clients that's watching. Go to ulgnd.com, scrolling at the bottom of the screen, and it's pinned in the chat. Every Wednesday, I do my no-cost live event. We just started this. This is going to be our first event Wednesday. It's no cost. Just go on the website, sign up for it, put your email in, sign up so we can send you the reminders. And every Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, We do our live entrepreneur training. And I teach you guys 4 steps to find your purpose and turn your purpose into profit. To find the perfect business idea and turn it into profit. I want you guys to make sure you guys get involved in that. ulgnd.com, you legend. I'm gonna show you guys what Lil Wayne said. Lil Wayne said this about his relationship. And I think I'm gonna take you guys through my mansion today. We're gonna move the live stream. I've never done that before, but I'm gonna try it today. And if it don't work out, I'm sorry. If the audio suck, I'm sorry, because my house is huge. But we're gonna move out of here in a second. This is what Lil Wayne said about his relationship currently with Drake and Kendrick Lamar. Said in his new Rolling Stone cover story, Lil Wayne admits that he refused to watch Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show. Lil Wayne and Drake go all the way back, which is why fans were surprised to see the Louisiana rapper singing along to Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. He did so on stage last summer while rocking the OVO pendant. During a recent chat, Weezy set the record straight when it comes to his relationship with Kendrick and Drake. Says, according to him, he didn't even really pay attention to Drake and Kendrick's viral lyrical battle. Moreover, he claims he didn't even know Not Like Us was the Compton rapper's song when he rhymed along to it on stage. Come on, man. Wayne, I know Wayne be saying like he ain't, like Wayne be saying he ain't tapped in like that. But sometimes it would just be unbelievable. Like, and I want to believe it because it's Wayne. You know what I mean? You know, it's funny. We think we believe the truth because it's the truth, but really we believe the truth because we think it's truth because we believe it. Like, you want to believe some of this stuff, but it's like, man, I don't know if Wayne said he didn't even know Not Like Us when he was singing it. He didn't even know it was Kendrick's song. So that's funny. But if anybody, I guess we hear about how notoriously Wayne don't be tapped in with nothing, but I don't know, man. You knew enough to know the lyrics, bro. He said, I ain't want Drake to be mad at me. I didn't even know it was Kendrick's song. That's Wayne's quote. They asked him if he have a beef with, does Lil Wayne have a beef with Kendrick Lamar right now? Because, you know, we heard Kendrick say on his songs, you know, Wayne, he said, I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down, right? Said at another point in the interview, Lil Wayne discussed Kendrick's Super Bowl halftime show, which many of his fans think he should have headlined instead himself. He himself has also spoken about the apparent snub on multiple occasions. Despite this, he said there's no hard feelings towards Kendrick or Jay-Z. Wayne tells me things are fine between him and Kendrick Lamar. Wayne called the LA rapper ahead of the Super Bowl to clear the air and encourage him. So Lil Wayne got on the phone with Kendrick before the Super Bowl and they squashed it. And, you know, and Wayne gave him some love. Said Weezy did say that he's no longer interested in performing at the Super Bowl. However, even if he was given the opportunity, he wouldn't do it. He said, they stole that feeling and I don't want to do it. It was perfect. So that's what Wayne said. Wayne said him and Kendrick good, him and Drake good. He didn't want Drake to be mad at him. And that's kind of what happened. And TDE Punch from TDE did an interview. Shout out to my boy, Curtis King. Curtis King did this interview. Salute to Curtis King. That's the homie. He doing great work over there. Says TDE President Punch claimed he is probably the most unbiased person when it comes to Kendrick Lamar and Drake battle. So this is a quote from him. He said, I'm probably the most unbiased when it comes to this situation. I respect Drake's talent and skill as a songwriter, as an MC, all the success he's had, even conversations I've had with him. He's been a cool dude. I had to clear the air, or I had to clear this scissor record for him. I don't have no beef or malice towards him. It's that he's battling my guy, so it's up. I respect that. I respect that, Punch. I respect that. Like, hey, bro, me and you ain't got no problem. Sometimes, you know, fans do too much. In fact, like there was a crazy story that I'm going to share with you guys before we move on to our entrepreneur hour. And I'm going to see if I can move this live stream to a mobile device. But there was a crazy headline. And did you guys might have caught this, but DeMar DeRozan, NBA player, got into a fight or something with a Drake fan. Did y'all see that? Man, it was crazy. Over this battle. Said DeMar DeRozan caught on camera fighting a man at sushi restaurant. So according to TMZ, an investigation is open after a man got into an ambulance following an altercation involving DeMar DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan recently popped out. If you don't know who DeMar DeRozan is, he was in the Not Like Us videos, one of Kendrick's homies. He also played for the Toronto Raptors, so Drake thought that they was best friends. Drake was seen on the sideline of a game where DeMar DeRozan was at, and Drake was standing there mean mugging him on some weird, like he was tough. Like, bro, stop it. That man is at work. He doing his job. He ain't tripping on you. Anyways, in the clip making his rounds online, a man approached DeMar's table while filming, prompting a heated response. DeRozan quickly shoved the phone out of his face, making it clear that he didn't appreciate the unwanted attention. The situation escalated from there, getting physical as people nearby tried to break it up. According to TMZ, police have confirmed that they responded to the incident involving the athlete on Friday. Reportedly, an investigation is open. The outlet notes that the man got into an ambulance after sustaining injuries during the fight. It doesn't appear anybody was seriously hurt. I would play the video, but TMZ would take the live stream down. So I don't want to play it. But you guys see there's like a 30-second video. Go search it up, go watch it if you want to check it out. I don't want TMZ tripping on me. Says this isn't the first feud, and Drake actually got banned from the Toronto Raptors games for he got banned because he did a commentary on it. He was commentating, and he was talking about DeRozan, and they love DeRozan in Toronto because he was like their superstar. And Drake said, if you ever put up a DeRozan banner, I'll go up there and pull it down myself. Unfortunately, we're playing this goof tonight. That was the night that Drake was mad. He said, we're playing this goof tonight. And he's going to have a long way to climb. DeRozan responded and said, he's going to have a long way to climb to take it down. So tell him good luck. And then after that, Drake got banned. And Drake confirmed that he was banned from commentating Raptors games as a result of the incident. So it was another L that Drake took. Which I don't know why you would do that, bro. You got to be in your feelings So Mustard, I guess I got a couple things. We got a couple more things to get to. I don't know. Maybe forget it. Let's just knock them out real quick while we talking about the topic. Mustard calls out Drake at Coachella while playing Not Like Us. The day after this Mustard Coachella set, Kendrick Lamar also threw shade at Drake. And let me see. Let me try to skip through this and just get to the part that matter. Mustard just screamed, "Why you suing like a bitch? Ain't you tired?" During the lines of the song. So it don't look like there's too much here. But, I think everybody feel that way. Everybody feel like Mustard feel. And then Exhibit talked about it. Said Exhibit clarifies how Kendrick Lamar keeps beating Drake in the beef. Everybody talking about this, man. Exhibit has weighed in on the high-stakes lyrical feud. He praised Kendrick's strategy. He pushed back on the idea that Drake had been completely eclipsed. He said Drake is not finished. He's not dead. Kendrick didn't kill the man. He's one song away from being back to where he was. But he did say, I love what Kendrick is doing. You don't challenge someone who enjoys fighting. So that was the advice that he gave Drake. Like, bro, Kendrick liked to fight. Why would you challenge him? You know what I'm saying? And there was somebody else who spoke. I think it was RZA. Let me see what RZA said. Let's see what RZA said. RZA spoke on this. Wu-Tang. RZA likens the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef to this Hollywood blockbuster while addressing the battle. He said that was like Godzilla versus King Kong. That's a good comparison. RZA said Drake and Kendrick was like Godzilla versus King Kong. He said it's valuable in hip hop because hip hop is a sport. It's a sport where we challenge MCs, we challenge the DJs, we challenge the breakdancers, we challenge who can make the best graffiti. It's good for the sport when there's confrontation. It's healthy as long as it stays on record and stays in the music and it doesn't spill over to the streets where somebody gets hurt. RZA also said previously the battle bar for bar was something that was just not good advice on Drake's count. So he said Drake lost. Basically, the rapper and producer characterized Kendrick Lamar as a natural lyricist, whereas Drake is a trained lyricist. And RZA is wise, yo. Said Kendrick is a natural lyricist, Drake is a trained lyricist. I've never heard nobody say that before. But that's a dope way to put it. Salute to RZA, man. All right, man. Let's see if we could do this. Because that's all I got for you guys as far as the updates on the Kendrick Lamar Drake situation. Let's get into community hour. This is where you guys drop your entrepreneur questions in the chat. We're about to get to this, man. If you guys haven't already did it, make sure you guys go join my inner circle. Go to the website, scrolling at the bottom of the screen right here, you legend. And we're about to give some advice, man. So start dropping your diamonds in the chat. You guys know how we do every time we come on a live stream. I don't just start with entertainment and leave with entertainment. We always leave with something that you guys out there can take into your daily life and apply. Something that you're not going to find on Google. You're not going to find. You have to be successful. And I've been doing business for a long time, man. 11 years. And I've been 6 years profitable. I'm coming up on 3 years. November 6th, it'll be 6 years of profitable. But I've been making over six figures for the last 6 years. November 6th this year. And man, I became a millionaire September 23. Let's do this. But go to the website. We're doing our no-cost live event. Our 4 steps to turn your purpose into profit. This is Entrepreneur Hour. And then we just launched the Inner Circle. So it's only $9. Go check out the Inner Circle, ulegend.com. And we're gonna talk about this. This is what I want to talk to you guys about today. People ask, Will, why do you talk about the Drake and Kendrick thing? And I want you guys to understand the business strategy behind that and use the same strategy that I use to make myself successful. Let's go mobile and apply it to you guys' lives and you guys' businesses. I don't care if you work in a job. I don't care if whatever you're doing, if you're just trying to get to another level of income. Just understanding this concept in business is going to help you. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So understanding the difference between fads and trends, right? Trends are, let me see if I can take this mobile real quick. Hold on. I've never done this before on the live stream. I never walked you guys through my house and nothing. I'm in my office right now. But let me see if I could get this thing mobile and we have some fun. So people think that trends are like trends are short-term things. That's not actually the case. In business, understanding the difference between trend and fad will make you a lot more successful. So, and then you have to understand the principle of service, which I'll get to in a second. Let me see if I could get mobile. This would be dope if I can pull this off, actually. I'm gonna try to do this. So the reason that I talk about the Kendrick and Drake thing is because instead of me just talking about all the little current events, you ever see them entertainment news channels or YouTube channels that keep you guys up to date on stuff? They talk about every little thing. For example, any media company. I have a media company. My company is a media company, and we also have a consulting division. You see Shade Room. You guys see Baller Alert. You guys see all these different media platforms that they just keep you updated on every little entertainment topic. I don't do that. I don't focus on fads, because what a person ate for dinner or what a celebrity ate for dinner tonight ain't gonna really affect society. The difference between a trend and fad, and this is a societal thing, is all businesses apply this. The difference between a trend and fad is long-term impact versus short-term awareness. So I'll give you an example. Society is affected by trends. So an example of a trend is in general in business is plant-based foods. That's a trend. That's a societal trend, right? So people that started creating plant-based food products, they're understanding the societal trend of health. People care more about being healthy today than they did yesterday. That's a trend. That's not going nowhere no time soon. In the beginning of the Kendrick Lamar thing, when I told you guys, if you go back and you go watch a year ago, I said, this is not going away. If you're making content, I gave you guys the advice back then. If you're making content on YouTube, you need to be, and you're doing hip hop entertainment news or any entertainment news, you need to be talking about this. So if you watch it, if you go look at my channel, if you starting a YouTube channel, if you go look at my channel, I'm not going to talk about 50 topics. I'm going to talk about a couple, 2 or 3 things that I think are going to matter long term. Right? We might talk about the Diddy trial. When Diddy got caught up, we're going to break down every part of that. We're going to talk about the Kendrick and Drake thing. We're going to break down every part of it. I'm not going to talk about 50 things. So there's 2 things. There's a thing in business called dispersed intensity and focused intensity. It's something I was just teaching. I went to speak at a high school. I taught 6 periods in the high school, and I was teaching them all the same thing. Dispersed intensity versus focused intensity. Dispersed intensity is what we have as entrepreneurs a lot of times. I want to do a lot of things, and I want to do a lot of things well because I'm excited and I have a great idea and I have a bunch of great ideas. And I'm good at a lot of stuff. So it's just all over the place. Focus intensity is I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this really well. You can get 10, 20,000. You can't get to the 6 figures, and you definitely can't get to the millions until you focus your intensity. Where do you focus your intensity at? On trends, not fads. Another trend in society is presidential election. A presidential election ain't going nowhere. If you do business news, right? Let's say you do content on business news. I'm going to take it to regular business in a second, brick and mortar business. But a lot of us are online. We're trying to make our money online. This is what you guys need to understand. So if you're trying to do business news, then you need to focus on the trends in business that are not going away. The presidential elections, how that affects business, that's a trend. That's not going away. So you'll see somebody like Patrick Bet-David constantly talk about Trump, constantly talk about Biden during election year, from the top of the year all the way to the end of it, and then 3-4 months after it, right? All businesses need to understand. Yes, sir. All businesses need to understand that it's about trend, not fad. Now, what is a fad? A fad is, and I'm going to answer you guys questions. Start dropping your questions in the chat and drop your diamonds in the chat. A fad is the ice bucket challenge. A fad is a TikTok dance. A fad is watch me whip, watch me nay. Those are fads. So in business, what happens in marketing, right? Businesses that go with the fads, they're trying to chase the trend, or they're trying to chase the fad, and they think they're chasing the trend. So they'll go, oh, we got to get on this. You have a brick and mortar, you have a restaurant, you have a store, and you got to go, oh, there's a fad going. Like in your mind, you think it's a trend because you hear that word, but it's not actually a trend. It's a fad, and you're chasing it, and you'll chase it in marketing, and you'll do something in marketing like, oh, we got to get all our employees to do this TikTok dance. These are things, look, before I coached entrepreneurs, I worked with companies. I coached companies directly. Go to my Instagram. You guys see, I work with the Anaheim Angels. Go to my Instagram. You guys see, I took equity in major companies. That's how I made a lot of my money early on. So, and then I chose to start working with entrepreneurs because I'm a faith-based company and I teach based on scripture. I teach business based on scripture because that's where I get all my wisdom from the Bible. But companies don't like me working with them. So the things that I teach you guys as entrepreneurs are things that I did teach companies. So I'm not telling you guys anything different. So they used it and they paid me a lot of money and gave me some equity in some of them companies too. I took equity deals at a point instead of the money. And you guys are getting the same information. So when I tell you guys to go sign up and go join the inner circle on the website that's scrolling at the bottom of the screen, my website, I'm telling you guys this because this information is going to change your life the way it changed mine. I'm not special. Go to our no-cost live event. Go sign up because I'm not special. The information I'm telling you is things that I learned through trial error, educating myself. I didn't go to college. I actually went to college for a month, and my business professor helped me leave. He gave me some great advice and made me leave. He made me realize I was an entrepreneur. So when we do our live event every Wednesday at 5:30 p.m., we do a live event, and it's just a no-cost training. No-cost training for you guys to join. Go to the website, join it. When I'm telling you guys this stuff, it's from my experience of working with these businesses and corporations and teaching them. This is what you do, and this is how you build a personal brand, and this is why, and this is what this. So when I'm telling you guys this stuff, I just want you to kind of have that caveat. I didn't start working directly with entrepreneurs until last year, and I've been rich for 6 years. So just take what I'm saying. So companies think that they're working on fads, or they're working on trends, but they're actually working on fads. So you'll see, oh, we got to get on this trend. We got to get on this trend. It's not a trend. It's a fad. They're doing a TikTok dance, or they're doing something. You'll see like, oh, we got to get our employees to use this sound on TikTok. I've built hundreds of thousands of followers, done over 1 billion views on TikTok. Go check it. Go fact check it. Some of you guys that, if you follow me on social media, you know. Got 300 and something, 75,000 followers on TikTok. And I've never used the sound. I've never used somebody else's sound ever. I got four monetized TikToks. I don't even use the internet for free. Nobody, by the way, nobody here should be using the internet for free. It's a business tool. I got 4 monetized YouTube channels. Sometimes I neglect the other ones because I'm so focused on this one. Subscribe to the other Will Evans channel too. The Will Evans channel, not the Urban Legend Will Evans. The Will Evans channel, we talk straight business, no entertainment. I just started building that. I'm just starting to refocus that channel and build it up. It's pretty new. But I got 4 monetized YouTubes. All my I got 3 or 4 monetized Instagrams. So like I'm telling you guys stuff that I know from experience. Businesses. If you got a business, don't think that I got a whole it's called ULegend University. ULegend is just short for Urban Legend. ULegend is just short for Urban Legend. So if you guys wondering like what is ULGND? It's ULegend. You are Urban Legend. We got Urban Legend University. ULegend University. Where I teach you guys in the university, I teach you guys how to like make money on the internet without having to follow a social media following. There's so many ways, bro. You don't even got to have a bunch of followers. I know people I got friends that are millionaires that they got like 17,000 subscribers on YouTube, 1,000 followers on Instagram. Like they don't even have, but they understand the way the internet works. It's all in just what you understand. Most people aren't successful because they don't have the access, the awareness, or they have apathy. But access and awareness change everything. So anyways, businesses follow trends. Good businesses follow trends. Bad businesses follow fads. You got to understand the difference. And you got to say, what am I doing? Let me see. I got you guys. I'm about to take you guys mobile. We've never done this in a live stream. Let's go through the mansion. I'm not going to give you guys a tour or nothing, but let's go sit somewhere else because I need a bottle of water. Oh, and we only hitting an hour. Go ahead and start dropping your diamonds in the chat and drop your questions, your entrepreneur questions. I don't care what business you've been in. I can answer a question because I've done this. I've helped so many businesses, man. And we got over 1,000 clients that we help. So there is no question I can't answer for the most part. If it's an entrepreneur-based question, I can answer. If it's about building a business, I can answer it. Let me see if I can get in here. Oh, yeah, we got to do this. Y'all hear that? Yes, sir. There it is. Mute this. We mobile. I've never done this before. All right, let's go. Hold on. I gotta see how I can do this. All right. Let's go, man. I'm gonna take y'all with me through the house. Let me get me a bottle of water real quick. Man, I ain't never did a live stream like this. But let's go sit somewhere. Let me grab my go back in the office real quick. And grab me a tripod. If you're in the chat, let me know if you guys can still hear me. I just want to make sure that everybody's still able to see and hear. Do this for a little bit longer. Here we go. Hey, man, y'all getting the exclusive. Next time, I'm going to be more prepared. I'm going to just have this set up. Close the closet. Let's see what everybody in the chat is saying. Hold on. I can't see the chat. Hold on, I can't see the chat. Let me get my other phone. Go ahead and start dropping your entrepreneur questions. I'm gonna start answering them, and we're gonna do that for 30 minutes. Drop your entrepreneur questions in the chat. I'm gonna start answering them. Let me grab my other phone so I can see what you guys are saying. Y'all gotta bear with me. This is my first time doing it like this. So forgive me if it ain't as polished as it normally be. Let me see what I can do. Next time I do this, now I know it can be done. I'm gonna have it a little bit better. All right. So, as I'm pulling up the chat, like I was saying, man, when I give you guys advice, I'm giving you guys advice from my personal experience, right? It's not from what I think. I don't do conjecture. I'm not doing theory. I don't teach theory. So you gotta focus on trends, not fads. Trends in society are gonna help you be successful in business, not fads. Don't think that I gotta everybody dancing, so I need to be dancing on TikTok. Like, that's not the way you do it. Now, there's another portion to that, which is, I got you guys right here. Let me pull it up. There's another portion to success, which is understanding how to serve people. So when I talk about the Kendrick stuff, when I talk about Kendrick and Drake, it's because that's what y'all want to watch. I don't make videos. Let me clean this up. Clean this off a little bit. I'm not making videos about what I care about. I'm making videos about what y'all care about. In business, it's really hard for a lot of us to do that. Like, it's hard for us to get out of the mindset of it's about me and what I need and what my needs are. I'm trying to make some money. Because a lot of us in business are doing that. Some of you guys know you want to start a business, but the first thought you think about when you think about starting a business, or when you think about running your business, is how can I make money to make it to next month? How can I make some more money before the first gets here? How can I make more money to do this? That's not the thought process that I have when I create businesses. That's not the thought process that you need to have when you have a business. The thought process needs to be, how can I help more people make money for themselves? How can I solve somebody else's problem? I'm gonna give you an analogy. If I said for every dollar I give you, or for every dollar you give me rather, I'm gonna give you $2. How fast would you get $1 out of your pocket to give it to me? You'll break your goddamn wrist trying to get that dollar out your pocket. Now, if I say same thing, $100, you might break your arm trying to get that $100 out your pocket and hand it to me. Business is the same way. When you do something for somebody else, it don't have to be $100. It got to be a product or service that they value so much that it solves a problem for them that they can't solve for themselves or don't want to solve for themselves. So when I come on here, for an example, I'm using myself as an example just on the content level. Take the consultant out of it. That's a whole nother thing, which, it's a whole nother thing. But let me see. Is it better if I turn it sideways, you guys? Is that better for y'all? Oh, I can see the chat now. Take all that out of it, right? Let me see. I'll see you guys' questions in the chat. I'm gonna get you guys in a second. Hold on. I'm getting distracted. That's the entrepreneur. That's the ADHD in me. Getting distracted. The thought process has to be to serve people. It got to be. If you gonna rush, if I say, I'll give you 200 for every 100. Same thing in business, man. Same thing. Every time I solve a problem, somebody's willing to pay for it. You got to do the same thing. We don't think about that. When y'all see me talk about Kendrick versus Drake, it's because that's what y'all want to hear. It's not about me. It's not about what I want to talk about or what I care about. I could do that on the back end of my live stream, but in the front end, you probably click this live stream because you just want to hear about Kendrick versus Drake. That's what matters. It matters what you guys want first, then what I want second, right? A lot of us don't think about serving our clients or our businesses or our companies like that. We think about, what we can get out of it. And that's a problem. Let's see what you guys saying in the chat. I got my other phone right here. I'm looking at you guys' comments in the chat, and I'm trying to give you guys all the value I can. And you know, some people will be like, bro, why you keep talking about it? Because it's a trend in society. Same thing I'm telling y'all is the same thing I apply to every part of my business, whether it's the media portion of the company or it's the consultant. I'm gonna care about what the trend is. You want to create a business, you want to be an entrepreneur, you want to be successful, this is how you do it. That's the trend in society. That's what I'm gonna focus my business around. People's needs, not what I want. Same thing on the content. Y'all want the content about Kendrick Drake? Then we're gonna talk about Kendrick Drake. I'm not gonna talk about much else. If Diddy gets some update on the trial, that's a trend. It's not a fad. I'm not reporting what LeBron James had for his dinner tonight. I'm not doing that. I'm not one of them type of, so that's why I'm able to grow. That's why my channel, that's why I got 4 monetized YouTube channels. Because I'm understanding the concept of focusing on what people want instead of what I just desire. Let me see, I got you. I got a super chat. Said, me and my wife are profitable day traders since 2022. How would you turn that into an LLC of some sort? I know banks see it as high risk, so receiving loans seem a little out of reach. Listen, this is a great question. When I first made my first $100,000, it was my second $100,000 year. No, I'm sorry. This was my first. I had $33,000 in the account, right? I made my first 6-figure year, I made $177,000. I had $33,000 in my account. And I was so shocked that the bank, or that I couldn't get anything. Because I'm thinking if I take 30,000 to the bank, when you were young, when you new to money and you new to business, this was my experience. When I was new to business, when I was young, I didn't have no God. I come from the hood. I've been shot multiple times. You guys are better than me. That's why when I tell you something, I'll be like, man, y'all can apply this better than me. Because I'm come from the hood, bro. God saved my life by the grace of Jesus Christ, by the baptism and the washing of Jesus Christ. I swear to you guys. I'm from the street, 2-strike felon, been shot multiple times. You guys are better than me. I've been through all that. When I first got that money, $33,000, I'm thinking Instagram and TikTok gurus know what they're talking about. And this is why I also like to work with entrepreneurs, because I know what I'm talking about. And I wish I had not listened to some of them people. Had $33,000 in the account. I was living in the hood. I tried to go get an upgrade to my little ugly place. I had a little ugly apartment. I'm like, man, I gotta move. It's time to move. I got $33,000. Man, I try to go apply for something. They say no. Like, what are you talking about? I only wanted a $2,000 place, right? I'm like, it was like $2,000 a month at that time. This is about 7 years ago. I'm like, I'll pay the whole year up front. I'll pay you guys $24,000 cash right now. I'll pay the whole year. I'm thinking I'm gonna have a year, no rent. They said no. I thought they was being racist. I'm gonna keep it real. Can I be real with y'all? I thought they was being racist. I'm like, this is racism. I got the money, they still don't want to give it to me. It's just because I'm young and black and I got money. It wasn't racism. It's just the way policy worked. So banks, to this portion of your question, banks, society, what you learn when you become rich, what you learn when you become, and you've learned this lesson, you're learning this lesson, but this is for the audience listening. When you get money, just because you got money don't mean you got money. You can have $1 million and you're still not a millionaire. $1 million in your account, you're still not a millionaire. Why? Because the bank looks at it like you could spend that tomorrow. So they look at it like it's high risk. What you're saying, you're high risk because yes, you might have the cash, but what if you decide to wake up and go buy a Hellcat tomorrow? What if you decide to wake up and go buy a Rolls Royce tomorrow? You can have $1 million. You buy a Rolls Royce, $300,000 car, you don't got $1 million no more. And we gave you $1 million loan. So you're high risk because we can't trust your assets. Assets make you rich. Assets. So take your money. Don't save your money just for the sake of saving your money. Save your money for a purpose if you're going to save it. But take it and buy assets that create income for you, or just buy assets that you could say, I can leverage these. If you want to get a loan from the bank, if you want to go to the bank and you want to use that money to do something, this is how you get it. And I got somebody that in my staff on my company now at ULegend, at ulgnd.com. You guys see it scrolling at the bottom of the screen. At my company, we got somebody that worked in the bank for 25 years. And he worked with high-risk clients. And he worked with major corporations, 250, and he works for me now. And me and him always had these conversations like, man, I used to think this. That's how I know this information partially, But that's why I knew to hire him. But yeah, like you have to go get assets. So go buy things that the bank values. Here's an asset that a lot of people, when you become a millionaire, you learn this one. It's artwork. You start understanding why people buy artwork, because art is as valuable as I decided to pay for it. So I could paint a picture, and my son could paint a picture, and I'll be like, man, that picture is worth $1 million. Why? Because I decided to pay $1 million for it. Now I have an artwork asset. This is what billionaires do. I have mentors. I have coaches too, so I learn a lot of information. They'll do that, like, you know, it's worth $1 million because I paid $1 million for it. So now you have $1 million asset. You take the painting to the bank. You leverage your loan against. So now you get $1 million from the bank. So when you guys hear rich people saying, "Oh, they bought a $40 million house cash," no, they didn't take cash out their bank. They went and bought some artwork to hang in the house, and then they used that artwork as an asset to leverage against the loan. So now the loan, they're taking the loan out against that. Against it, it's not always artwork. It could be old school car. My pops got a 1961 Impala, bubble top, $150,000 car. That's an asset. It's going to accumulate in value. It's not depreciating. The bank can look at it as something that we could take. This is why buying real estate is what's exciting, but people don't understand why. So that's what it is. You know, you go get you an asset. The bank will start looking at you different. Go get you some assets with your money. Don't just save your money. Go put it in something that the bank values, because even if you have $1 million, you're still high risk to the bank, because they look at it like, if you take that $1 million and spend 300,000 of it on a vacation or a house tomorrow, then now you only have 700,000 and you owe us $1 million. That's high risk. Feel what I'm saying? I used to think that they was just being racist. I'm like, man, they just don't like black people. But no, that's not that, bro. It's just common. When you understand what's going on, you understand what's going on. So I hope that answers your questions on how to turn it into an LLC of some sort. You could always just go buy an LLC. An LLC ain't nothing. That's just limited liability corporation. That's for tax purposes. But if you've made some money off of your day trading, you and your wife day traded, y'all made some money, the best advice I could give you in terms of legitimizing your stuff. Because this is another lesson I learned I made $177,000 my first 6-figure year. That I had that $33,000 in an account at that time. I told you guys I was trying to get a place. They said no. What I learned is through that process was you have a lot of people, most businesses, most loans, they need to see the income for 2 years. So you guys are sitting in the foyer in my mansion right now, right? I can't get a house like this if I made money last month, because you don't get approved for a house like this until after a minimum of 2 years. You don't get approved for anything as an entrepreneur. It don't matter if you make $1 trillion. You don't get approved for anything until you make money for 2 years and it's on tax documents. It has to be on tax documents. And it can't be what these BS coaches and gurus tell y'all. Like, yeah, so this is the funniest thing, yo. This is funny. They'll tell you like, yeah, everything is a write-off. That's good advice after the business has already been successful and you bought everything that you want. You already got the houses and you already got the cars and you already got everything you want. Yeah, you can start writing stuff off. But in the first 2 years, some of you guys might be real estate professionals. Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. Them first 2 years of you having some money, you don't want to write everything off, because you write everything off, then it looks to, when you go to try to apply for something like a house, or you go try to apply to get a car, it looks like you don't have no taxable income. Yeah, you made $100,000. Yeah, you made $500,000. Yeah, you made $1 million, but you wrote most of it off, which means that your business is in the red. So you don't actually have any taxable income. So stop listening, please, y'all. Please listen to people. First of all, go get a coach or a mentor. It don't got to be me. Just go get one. LeBron James got a coach. It don't matter that he's the best basketball player in the world currently. He still has to be coached. Coaches see your blind spots and tell you information that you didn't know. No matter how good you are at the skill that you're good at, coaches are good at what they're good at, which is coaching. Anyways, yeah, these BS Instagram gurus that tell y'all about financial advice, they don't know what they're talking about. They don't have no money. They've never managed no money. They've never been able to sustain money for a long period of time. This is their hustle. And this is a qualifying factor of picking a coach or mentor. I'll get into that in a second, actually. But understand that assets matter. You have to have taxable documents, just to tie that point off. When you become successful, you cannot just go apply for stuff. Just when you get some money, just because you made 30, 50, 100,000, it don't matter what the amount is. Just because you made some money don't mean you just get to upgrade your life. You can't apply for nothing until after 2 years. 2 years, and it has to be taxable. Now, if I write everything off, if I make $100,000 and I write 90,000 of it off just because I legally can, then they're gonna say you've only made $10,000 this year, and you don't qualify for this. So when y'all see, this is my house. When you see me, you see my name on the wall. When y'all see me sitting in my house, understand that I couldn't have went and got this if I only made money for 3 months. Minimum 2 years. Minimum 2 years of assets. Minimum 2 years of cash flow. Like you gotta be making money for a while. So that's some other advice that I'll just give you on the side. Just consider that. Don't listen to nobody. If somebody tell you you got some fake guru or coach out there telling you, I really coach. I coach businesses and I coach entrepreneurs. I don't coach businesses anymore, but entrepreneurs directly now. I do this, and I've done it for myself, and I've done it for others. Telling you, do not listen to them people that's like, write everything off on your taxes. You a business, you can write that off. Man, not in the first 2 years. Wait until you get all the things. I've been around the world. If you follow me on Instagram, you guys know. I've been around the world. I traveled. I bought all the cars I want to buy. I bought all the houses I want to buy. All that stuff is cool. Man, it was nice to be able to walk into a dealership and get my Benz and walk out with it without no red tape. I didn't even put a down payment down for my Benz. So I'm trying to tell you guys some stuff that matters. I hope that's helping you guys. Drop the diamonds in the chat if you're getting some good information. Let me see if there's some more questions from people I can help. Say, have you ever helped clothing brands? Many. Help luxury clothing brands, streetwear brands, lingerie brands. We've helped many clothing brands. The advice that I would give clothing brands, and make sure you guys subscribe. Make sure you guys go join my inner circle. Go to ulegend.com. It's only $9 a month. You know, you can't even get a cheeseburger and a drink for that these days. $9 a month. We give a lot of this information out. We do also an entrepreneur networking session. Our next one is coming up in May. You know, that's our inner circle. Go to the website, check it out. And if you can't afford nothing, go to our live training. We do a no-cost live training. Every Wednesday, I do it for about an hour with you guys, regular entrepreneur training. And I teach you guys the 4 steps to find your purpose, find the perfect business idea for you, and then make it profitable. So 4 steps, go join that. It's at the website, ulegend.com. And if you can't watch the live stream, obviously, every day, then that's a great way for you guys to be on schedule with me. I do it every Wednesday, 5:30 p.m., Pacific time. And, so it's no cost. Go join. Go just fill out the form. Join your no-cost live training at the website. Clothing brands. And also the inner circle. Go join the inner circle too, you guys. Check it out. And we got ULegend University. Just go to the website. Check it out. You guys see what's up. For clothing brands, this is what I teach clothing brands. And I teach this across the board in business. This is just across the board. This is what you should be thinking if you have a brand, a clothing brand. But everybody can apply this. Understand what I see with clothing brands is they're not creating community around their product. You have to find for something as general as clothing, because it's a general product and it's kind of a commodity. Somebody that's buying a t-shirt typically is wearing one while they're buying one, right? Everybody will agree with that. Yes? Everybody's gonna be saying yes, right? So in order for you to sell a t-shirt, you have to create some type of intrinsic value. That means internal, they already want it before they saw yours. You have to create an intrinsic value to your clothing, and then you have to position it in the customer's mind so their cognitive dissonance, meaning the person that they believe they are, would buy that shirt. You have to activate that cognitive dissonance in them where they go, if I don't buy this, I'm not that kind of person, and I know that I'm that kind of person, so I have to buy this. Does that make sense to everybody? And all across the board in business, you do that when you teach it. So I'm gonna give you guys an example of it. This is how you sell a t-shirt. This is how you sell clothes, right? Check this out. Let me get my phone. Check this out. So I'm writing my second book, right? But this is my first book. It's called God's Automation. It's the 3 biblical principles that will make you rich. 3 principles that'll make you rich. I sell this book for $100. It's almost $100. Almost. Will, why are you selling the book? Why is it priced that high? Because I want the type of person that reads and buys my book to actually be invested in themselves. I want them to care about themselves, right? I don't want people that don't really care about themselves or that don't value reading to buy my book. So we price it high. So we make sure that everybody that has this book, when you walk up to me in public and you see me, or when you buy this book and I see it on the website, I know what type of person bought my book every single time. I don't have to guess what type of person it is, or it's not like some fair weather. They really trying to improve their life if you buy my book. I know if you got my book, you're that type of person automatically. Just by setting the price point at that, right? With your clothing line, same thing as this book, same thing you do with your clothing line. You create some type of intrinsic communities or a community with intrinsic value in the thing that you're selling. So if you have a Christian clothing line that it's all Christian clothing and you sell it and you create a community and you specify it and you serve a specific group, then they're going to say, man, I like that shirt because that's who I am. I'm going to buy that because what it does for me, not because what it does for you. In business, we don't think about the process of service. Jesus said, let he who is greatest among you be servant of all. The Bible says that you ought to work in service to one another as if working for the Lord himself. These are principles. In the beginning, in Genesis, before even all that existed, when God created the first system, which is earth, the first thing he did was serve humans before he told us to do anything. The first thing God told us humans to do was to work the garden, cultivate the land, take care of the Garden of Eden. That's what he told Adam to do before he even created Eve. In order for God to tell Adam to work the garden, God had to give Adam the garden. He had to serve him the garden first. This is for you. You can eat abundant. You can eat. Thou mayest freely eat of every tree of the garden except the tree in the midst of the garden. That's what the scriptures say. Thou mayest freely eat of every tree in the garden. Abundance. God gave everything first. Here you go. Here's a bunch. Now, then he said, the only thing I ask of you is that you work the garden and cultivate the ground. And then when Adam did that, God said, you did good. I'm going to pay you for that again. I'm going to give you some more value. Here's Eve. Now, all I'm going to ask is that you take care of Eve, teach her how to do the same thing. So what I'm saying that to say, you have to create an intrinsic value with your clothing line. And you have to make people feel like you gave them a garden first. You giving me a community to be a part of. You giving me a t-shirt that represents how I feel about myself. In terms of all business, I don't care if it's clothing line, whatever it is, somebody already woke up with the problem that you want to solve. Somebody already woke up for example, if I woke up this morning, I don't know if we can use the clothing line. I like to use the tire example. This is my tire example. Somebody woke up with a bald tire. Somebody woke up with a flat tire on their car. They already decided before they walked out the house today that they're going to go buy a tire and replace the tire on their car. You having a tire shop don't change that or don't create that feeling. The Bible says one plants, one waters, and God reaps the harvest. God reaps the harvest. One plant, so I don't have to do all of it. I only got to either plant or water. Typically in business, you plant the seed, typically in business, the customer plants the seed in themselves. You water the seed by having the business available for them, and then God reaps the harvest. You're going to make money, they're going to get their problem solved. Everybody's good. You're serving one another like God told you to do. So, the tire example. If I woke up with a flat tire on my car, I walk out the house. I'm already thinking about buying a tire before I even see your tire shop. I'm already thinking about buying a tire. Your job is not to bring customers to you. Your job is not to make your clothing line successful. Your job is to make yourself of service to a specific community, solve a specific people problem, and then provide the solution and make it findable. So when they go searching for the solution, you already exist and you're already there in front of them. That's where the work comes in. The work ain't about building a business or finding customers the work is about creating a business that people already looking for. I was looking for a Christian clothing line. I was looking for some streetwear. I was looking for a luxury lingerie. When I want to buy my wife some new lingerie, I'm going looking for it, baby. I gotta get my baby, right? I'm going looking for it, man. I want babe gotta get some. I'm gonna show her this website. The lingerie line ain't finding me. This is what I want my wife to wear. Baby, you seen this website? You should check this out. They're not finding me as a customer. Nothing that you bought is because somebody convinced you to buy it. A lot of people think that they hate salesmen. A lot of people think that they hate being sold to. No, you hate people presenting things that you don't want to buy. You're not interested. I don't have time for this. I'm not even thinking about that. If somebody walk up, I got a bunch of palm trees. I got about maybe 50 or 60 palm trees on my property, right? When somebody walks up and they talking about, like, I got a tree trimmer that comes out periodically. Somebody come to my gate talking about a tree trimmer. I don't need a tree trimmer, bro. I already got like 3 people asking me. I already got one that I hired. Stop asking me that. You would have been better off coming to me and saying, hey, what is there anything around here that you need done? I say, yeah, I need my windows power washed. You guys see the windows and all that. Y'all see the windows. Man, I got a 40-foot ceiling. I need my lights changed up there. Them light bulbs go out. I don't know how to get to them. That's the problem that I have. Now, if somebody walk up to my gate, instead of saying, hey, we got this tree trimmer, instead of that, I'm going to be searching for a light. So you don't have to walk up to my gate. I'm going to search you out. And I need somebody to change these lights. All businesses that way. Think of your business the same way. For a clothing line, think about the community that you're creating around the product that you have and what intrinsic value your product offers to the person that's looking to buy what you already have to sell. I hope that was a long answer, but I hope that answered your question. Drop a diamond in the chat if you learned a lot from that. I got you guys right here. So, dad or mom pay for the house. I'm 30 years old. I got 3 kids, bro, and a wife. What are you talking about? Just say, hey, look, when people make comments, he said, dad or mom pay for the house. My mom worked a job. My dad worked for the railroad. My parents had me at 17 years old and 6. My dad was 16. My mom was 17. And I got an older brother. What are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about, bro. Just say that you're jealous. Just say it. Just say, bro, I've never understood anything about business. I didn't go to college. Nobody's ever helped me. I've had a hard life. Will, can you give me some advice? And brother, I love you and I will give you the advice that you're looking for. And here's the attention that you're looking for. God bless you. We're going to pray for you to fix your heart. The reason that you're not successful, the reason that you're not doing what you want to do in life is because you have that spirit. You have a spirit of jealousy and anger. And God can't bless you when you get mad at the people that he blessed. How you mad at the people that God blessed and you want him to bless you? That's why you feel the way you feel, brother. But you can overcome that. I used to be an angry, hateful person too. When I was going back and forth to jail, I've been shot multiple times. You see bullet wounds in my hand, my leg. When I was doing all that, when I was living in the street and shooting at people and robbing people and doing all that stuff, I was an angry, hateful person too. I thought I had to take something from somebody else to make myself successful. I thought I had to make what somebody else accomplished look like it was small in order to make myself feel like I was big. And you're doing the same thing right now. And that's why I have empathy for you and I pray for you, man. Because I know what it feels like to be you. But all you got to do is ask me for advice, bro. I'm a regular person, I'm actually probably a worse person than you are. But only by the grace of God and the grace of my Savior, Jesus Christ, Yeshua HaMashiach, that, I'm here. But in order, that's not how you get the answers that you're looking for, bro. You got to get the answers by asking the questions. There's information that I have that you don't have. There's awareness that I have that you don't have. There's access that I have that you don't have. And I didn't get it by complaining, and I didn't get it by getting in live streams talking about trying to downplay what somebody else has accomplished, So the question is, who paid for your house? And who's paying for it now? And why it don't look like mine? That's the real question. Especially if you believe that you're a child of God. Because here's the thing. When you're a child of God, the abundance is an inheritance. That's what I understand that you don't understand. My life is like it is because I understand that God, I'm entitled to it because I'm a child of God. And God is the king of all this. And I only use it to give it back to him. He's only letting me borrow it for right now to give it back to him. I've been high, I've been low. I've been in jail longer than I've been in more shootouts than you've been on vacations. I promise you. I promise you. It may not look like it, but that's the glow of God. So, humble yourself. That's where it starts. You got to humble yourself. Humble your heart, bro. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. I'm going to answer one more entrepreneur question. But I do encourage you guys to go to the website, check it out. Go join our live training, 5:30 p.m. Wednesday, every Wednesday. It's free, no cost to you. Just go sign up and pull up to the live training. We're going to continue these conversations and have some fun. It's no cost to you guys. Check it out. Say, you're definitely a Gemini. Me too. I am a Gemini. June 17th. Same birthday as Kendrick, actually. Me and Kendrick got the same birthday. Said, I really could use your help. Ask the question right now. Drop a question in the chat. I'll help you as best I can right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm the richest person in my family, actually, which is a lot of pressure and a lot of responsibility. But God is good, man. But I've owned a business for a long time too. So where do we sign up? The website's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. ulegend.com. It's short for Urban Legend. ulgnd.com. And I might look like I'm in my 20s, bro, but I'm 31. I'm about to be 31 this year. I got 3 kids, yo. I might have a 4th one on the way with my wife, me and my wife. You know, I'm married. I might look like I don't smoke or drink. You know, I never have. You know, I don't smoke or drink, so I might look super young, but I'm not a kid, dog. I might be a kid to some people. My mentors think I'm a kid. They be like, "You still young, you still a baby. You understand it this early. You're gonna be hitting 100 million soon." I am. God is good. Any questions y'all got, I'll ask in the chat. Where do we sign up? It's at ulegend.com. ulgnd.com. It's short for Urban Legend, but that's the company, Ulegend. You know, so go over there, sign up for the live training. We do it every week, Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Go ahead and join. Said, bro, I appreciate you for sharing this. I'm gonna check your book out, online school and the online school. May God continue to bless you. May God continue to bless you, bro. I just want you guys to get what I got, man. Like, and I'm not talking about the things and stuff. Look, this is what I say. This is what I say, man. No matter how much money you make, there's a difference between being successful and being rich. 2 big differences. 2 big differences. Being successful is operating and fulfilling and operating for the primary purpose for which you were created. That's what success is. I was created to do entrepreneurship. I teach you through biblical principles because all my wisdom comes from the Bible. It just is what it is. I take all my wisdom from the Bible and I know what God has done for my life, and I know that I've applied these principles to become successful. That's the only reason I'm here. But operating for the purpose for which you were created is the ultimate goal of success. That's what success is. Being rich is just making some money. So let me give you guys an illustration. This is the foyer of my mansion. We in the foyer, right? If I take the foyer and I turn it into a basketball court or a football field, I take dirt, I put it all here, I plant grass. You guys are gonna say it's still an expensive football field, but it's a waste of a beautiful home, right? It's a waste of the Spanish tile, right? But how is it? Is it not expensive? Is it not rich? It's still an expensive foyer. Well, the football field will be expensive, but it's still not successful. It's not a successful home. Right or wrong? So in order for something to be successful, it has to operate and it has to work for the primary purpose for which it was created. In order for you to be successful, you have to be fulfilling your purpose. You can't just, oh, I made some money. That's not what equates to success. I made it. I made a lot of money, man. I'm telling y'all. You get to a place where this is why I stopped working with the companies. I started working with entrepreneurs. Because I feel like it's more important to touch people one-on-one. It's more important for me to sit with those clients in those meetings. It's more important for me to sit in these group trainings and teach you guys business. It's more important for me to get on these live streams and talk to you guys. Give you guys some entertainment. We're going to have fun. We a family. We're going to talk. Y'all subscribers, right? We talk to each other, members of the channel and all that. We're going to have some fun, talk about what's going on in the world, but we're going to talk something real too. You know? And that's more important. Operating for the primary purpose for which you were created. Then making money is just, oh, you're rich. Okay, you made some money. Everybody can do that. But who's out here successful? So I'll leave you guys with that. You know, let's get back to the office. Let me go back into the office real quick. And we can wrap up. I'll see this. If you guys got your last questions, go ahead and drop them. This was cool. I'm going to start going mobile a little more often. We're going to go back into the office. I'm going to get back on the microphone and we're going to wrap this up. So drop your diamonds in the chat. And your last entrepreneur questions, then we're gonna close this out. Hold on. All right, man, we back. My bad. So when did you get started? It's years ago. I started working on my business in 2014. I became profitable. I can't remember what year. It's about 6 years now. I became a millionaire in 2023, September, August, late August, early September 2023. But I started making six figures about 6 years ago. I got started just for my start. I got started, and you guys can go to the website and find out about it. But I got started working first I started building my personal brand. So early, my first thing, the first steps to me becoming successful was building a personal brand. I built my personal brand. I went viral so much on so many different platforms. It wasn't just like I went viral off of one thing or like I did a dance or some stupid crap and went viral. No, I was going viral for my personal brand. People started falling in love with me, where I came from. And in businesses where I came from, were like, yo, we want to work with you. Can you teach us how to do what you did? This is back before TikTok. So viral, I was going viral on Facebook, Instagram. I was going viral everywhere early on. And businesses were interested in that because they didn't understand how to go viral to pull traffic to their business. So I started my company doing digital marketing and teaching modern marketing to companies. And the more I did that, the bigger the companies got. You know, you work with one successful business, they start referring you to other ones. My companies grew. I started teaching them digital marketing, and I started teaching business, and I just started teaching sales, and I started teaching every step of business. And I did that for 5 years with companies. I ended up working with big companies like the Anaheim Angels. I worked with some big companies. And then I stopped taking money at a point, and I started taking equity deals. This is how I'm telling you guys a step by step. I stopped saying, you know what, give me 15,000, give me 20,000, give me 1,200, give me this. I stopped doing that and started saying, look, because I see the companies go on to be super successful, and all I got was a one-time check. So I'm like, no, instead of you want to give me 150,000, you want to give me 250,000. Instead of that, put it in equity. Give me that, but in stocks or a percentage ownership of the company. And I'll do all them. I'll revamp your whole marketing department. I'll teach every salesman in here how to sell. I'll teach a whole marketing department how to go viral. I'll teach a whole marketing. And companies, some of them be like, you know what, we can't do that, but we'll give you 10, we'll give you 5%. How about we give you 5%? If it's a startup, they give you a bigger percentage. But if it's an operating company, we'll give you 5%. We'll give you this much in stocks. Cool. I'll take it. I had the money already. I had cash. I've been doing it for 5 years. And then I stopped working with businesses. Me and my wife, we went and traveled the world for a year. We came back, and I said, when I was done traveling, I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm about to stop. Baby, I went and got baptized in Israel. If you follow me on Instagram, you guys seen it. I went and got baptized in Israel in the Jordan River where Jesus was baptized. And I said, you know what? I'm going to start my ministry this year. That was last year. And I said, I'm going to start working with entrepreneurs. I'm done with the companies. I want to teach it from biblical principles because that's what I use. So I'm going to start working with entrepreneurs directly. And so I said, I'm going to teach entrepreneurs directly. I don't want to work with corporations. They don't like when I bring scripture into stuff. Y'all know how corporations are. They don't like the religion aspect. I don't believe in religion. I'm a disciple. I just follow Christ and what he said. The religious part of it, religion is just tradition and what you do religiously. Tradition and habit. I believe in relationship. So I got a strong relationship. I read my scripture. I study a lot. I probably spend 6 hours a day learning business and Bible through business individually and Bible every day, Saturday and Sunday too. So my kids do it. My wife do it. This is how I live. So I did that. And I said, you know, last October, last September, something like that, said I must build a company just working for entrepreneurs. So I took about $40,000 and we built this company out. And we created some offers, and then every week, every Wednesday, I do trainings 5:30 p.m., which we just launched. I do live trainings, no cost. You can sign up. We coach entrepreneurs. We have paid products too. I do my From Stuck to Seven Figures live training, and I teach people how to find their purpose, the purpose for them, not the purpose for everybody else. And we take you from stuck to seven figures because that's what I did. And I got stuck at every level. I got stuck at the 6 figures level for a while. I'm like, how do I make more? So I know how to get every piece of that. And then we got the inner circle. It's only $9 a month. $9 a month. We do our live virtual events. You get my exclusive content, my CEO playbook, as well as some behind the scenes stuff. And then you get direct access to me. You get to ask me a question. You can send me direct questions on there, and we do our networking sessions, our entrepreneur networking sessions. plus our business Bible studies and some other stuff that we got in the Inner Circle program. And then I launched U Legend University. U Legend University is like comprehensive. It's like you get every piece of this that you need to make your business successful. From the personal branding, every part of it, man. From the personal branding to how do I make money on the internet without having a following? Turn your part-time income. I want to work part-time hours, but I want to make full-time money. We cover all that in there. If you have a brick and mortar, you're gonna get it's 5 modules in U Legend University, and then you get a 3-day experience with me. 3-day experience. We get together for 3 days, and I just answer a bunch of questions. Any questions all businesses have for 3 days, we do that. Plus, you get the curriculum, and it's lifetime access to all of this stuff. So you get the 5 modules. You get every couple months I throw in a bonus class where it's like, hey, this is some information I ain't gonna tell everybody. This is for you. So that's kind of how I built the business. And then obviously I do my one-on-one coaching. I mentor people and I coach people, my more high level clients. You know, people that want to just come into my office. I got a really nice office downtown Riverside. People come in the office and then we work together. You know, but that's how I built the business. This is the entrepreneur branch. I did the same thing with the corporations, and now I teach everyday people how to build businesses. You know, I teach everyday people how to build businesses for themselves. The way I did it, I teach you what a lead generation offer is. I teach you what a continuity offer is. I teach you how to convert clients to sales. I teach you how to sell. Most people don't know how to sell. They just go out there trying to convince people to buy things that they want people to buy. It don't even make sense. If you're a millionaire, what are Cash App donations for? For people that want to donate on Cash App. People always ask me, where can I donate? What are you talking about? What is your Cash App for? I don't use my Cash App. My Cash App donations for people that want to donate. Hey, where can I donate, bro? Thanks for the free information. Donate on Cash App. I don't need you guys. God has been good to me. God is my source. What are you? How much money have you made in your life? Where are you at financially? That's the question. Said, what books are you reading? I was just reading 10X is Easier Than 2X. That's a great book. Actually, I got a book list right here. I read every day. So I get excited when somebody asks me, what am I reading? So let me just give you a quick list of my books. I just finished 10X is Easier Than 2X. It's a great book. I read a lot of Bible. The Bible I read, I'm in chapter 7 of Ecclesiastes, where King Solomon is just teaching about a lot of business stuff and about what the purpose of success is. I've read the first chapters of Ecclesiastes. I'm actually there right now, going through that. Let me see. Where is my book list? Here's my books. I got them. I just finished 10X is Easier Than 2X. There's a book called The Oracle by Jonathan Cahn. It's a good book. Buried Money Secrets is a great book. 22 Immutable Laws of Marketing is one of my favorite books. Positioning, Key Person to Influence by Daniel Priestley is great. I was reading The Science of Hitting by Ted Williams. It's a baseball book, but if you use the analogy and draw the wisdom from it and apply it to business, you'll understand something different that you didn't understand. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is a good book. I recommend The Innovation Secrets of Steve Jobs to people that are starting. That's a great book. The Negro in Business for Black people. Go read that book. That's a good book. The Negro in Business. The Game of Life and How to Play it. I got about maybe 60 books that I could recommend. There's a lot of good books, but more than anything, I'll recommend my book. Before I write my second one, go buy God's Automation. It's on the website. God's Automation, 3 Bible Principles That'll Make You Rich. And the principles are to serve, work, and believe. And what that means. You do those things, you're going to get rich. And I'm working on my second book called The 4 Pillars of Purpose. I'm writing it now. All right, man. That's all I got for you guys on this. Drop your diamonds in the chat. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Between 9 and 10 a.m. I'm going to make a dedication to be on the live streams a little bit more often here on YouTube. You know, I know I've been neglecting the channel. I know I haven't been giving you guys really good content or new updated content like that. I'm going to be more on it, and we're going to have more fun. We got more conversations. So God bless you guys. I'll see you guys on the next live stream tomorrow. Make sure that you join. Go to the website, like I said, ulegend.com. Join our no-cost live event. From stuck to seven figures, I'm going to help you guys turn your purpose into profit, learn your purpose, and turn your purpose into profit, man, in 4 steps. So I got to get out of here, man. Get started on my day, go handle some business, deal with some other stuff. But God is good, man. God bless you guys, and I hope that you guys staying safe out there. Until the next time, love.